Good day, mates. Welcome back on this beautiful sunny Sunday morning. What's the time? Oh, I can't even see the clock. Extreme close up. It is 2 minutes to 10 in the AM on Sunday morning. So, I thought we'd have a little look at this. Something a bit different for me. From Skybow models. I was looking for, I think, a Tiger tank. I think Skybow did a Tiger tank, or I've done a Skybow Tiger tank. Oh, I can't remember now. I've done that many the last few years. Anyway, I was looking for Skybow, I believe, and up popped this, and I thought, oh, that looks interesting. We'll have that. So let's have a little looky and see what it's all about. So there's the box in all its glory. I think they've just put that on to sex it up because the big shot is only for a prototype version that hasn't got the MG and hasn't got that tarp cover on the back. So this is obviously the US 1.5 ton personnel carrier. Don't be fooled by the big shot. Off we go with the lid. There's the instructions. It says when the US Army increased the size of their rifle squads from 8 to 12 troops, they ordered a correspondingly larger personnel carrier. Dodge's plant in Fargo responded by introducing the Big Set Brother in their famous WC series of light trucks, the WC 62/63. The extra 4 feet of body space in this 1.5 ton six-wheeler was big enough for 12 fully equipped GIs together with extra equipment. It was more usually used for general transport. Most of the components used in this 1.5 ton six-wheeler are shared with its four-wheel brothers. However, to increase traction, a new 2-speed transfer case was specified. And there you go. So after the World War II, the big shot produced without that and without that. So you got the usual colours there. Mr. Colour, Hoppy Colour, never heard of them. Whoever they may be, we don't know. If anybody knows who Hoppy Colour is, I imagine they're Japanese. Red, silver, gold, olive drab, blah blah blah, neutral grey, flat black, olive drab, wood brown, khaki green, burnt iron, semi-gloss black. So that first one is all about the engine, and you got specific for the W63 and the WC63MG, which is the one obviously with the MG on top. And there you see, if you're just doing the WC62 and the 63 and the 63MG is slightly different. So no doubt you'll have them all the way through. Yeah, there's another 63 specific. Drill out a couple of holes. Chassis business there. Leaf springs. And there's your engine going in. Radiator, blah blah blah. Some more engine business, and there's either or the 63 or the 63MG. More axles on differentials, on leaf springs, etc, etc, etc. A lot more underneath. Connects the exhaust. Some connecting rods. There's another 63 mg either or. Got your front seats going in. There's the cockpit, if you will, going in, building it up around it. Fenders, mud guards as we call them in the UK. There's the bonnet. And there you can see the 62 has got a different front grille on it compared to the 63 or the 63 MG. There's your glazing going in and your little wipers. A couple of jerry cans. Some wheels with the little rubber inserts that allow them to be movable. There's your tyres and the hubs. There's the sides for the WC63MG. You got to drill a couple of holes out, and then you got more 62, 63, and then 63. So you've got to pay a little bit of attention to it. More on the back troop compartment. That's where your MG jerry can goes on there. The little guardrails that stop them falling outside. And we're on to the MG. Got a little decal there, I believe. The ammo cans. MG itself. And there's the ring that the MG goes round and round and round on. Don't glue it if you want the MG to be movable. There's your Pioneer tools down there, show your usual stuff. Crowbar, axe, shovel. Hubs going on there, steering wheel going on there. Put your wheels on, lads. Couple more jerry cans on the side there. And there's your MG with the top there for the 63 MG. And then we're on to paint schemes and decal placements. There you can see that's one without the MG on top. And there's your 63 MG, which is the one I'm going to build. Decal action. Bit of paint action. So you can have either C12 or C38 on there. Very interesting. And that's the prototype big shot. With no MG, no covering on the back. And obviously your big shot decal on the side there. And that's it, boys and girls, in a nutshell. So in the box, there's the lid, as I call it. It's got quite a decent amount of detail on there. You could make that look pretty good with lights and darks. Bit of dry brushing, etc, etc. That was how it came loose like that in the box. Little bit of clean up there. There's the chassis in its own little bag. I've left it in there just to keep it safe and stop it from getting bent or twisted or warped or whatever you want. Everything came in a bag and I just unbagged it for ease of use. And I used a Molotov chrome pen on there to make that stand out a little bit easier so I can see it. Because I'm old and I've got dodgy eyes. So there you go, that's like chassis business. Leaf springs. That rear axle, I think that is. The exhaust, pre-drilled. You might be able to hear Doctor Who in the background. I've been watching that this morning. The old Doctor Who, the original from the 70s, of course. There's your radiator. Looking good. Bit of detail on the other side. Engine block. Not bad, not bad. Here's the driving compartment with the checker plate. Nice and detailed there. Bit more, I think those might be the side steps. Seats, got a little bit of crease detail on them, not really that much. But you can make that look better. A little bit of jiggery pokery. Again, I've used the Molotov chrome pen on there. Plastic tyres, unfortunately, not rubber. There's the hubs. Plenty of bolts on there, boys. Tyres are not that bad, I suppose. They've got very little to clean up apart from that sprue attachment bit. Now we get into the rear of the truck, the rear bed, the side guard there, the outside it's even got detail on the bottom there, look. If you heard that, that's my dog running up and down the sitting room downstairs like a lunatic. That he is. That's for the front of the truck again. Nice creasing on it. You can make that pop with a nice bit of dry brushing. Some more building up the body. There's your jerry cans with the straps already on them. It's not bad. There's your two different front grills depending on which versions you're doing. Your little steering wheel. Would have been nice to have a driver in there. That's the front of the engine that goes over the engine. There's your mud guards, etc. Tops of the jerry cans. Yeah, pretty standard stuff. There's your instrument panel. I suppose you could make that look a bit better. Bit of different coloured paint on it. That's the ring that goes around the top that the MG will fly around. There's all your mountings for it. 2001 this is from, apparently, according to that. So 24 years ago. There's the MG. Is that a 50 cal? I suppose it would be, wouldn't it? Oh, that says 1997 on it, that one. Made in Taiwan. There's some more under chassis action going on. Drive shafts and axles and what have you. Spare tyres, I suppose they are. Leaf springs again. This tiny little sprue. A few tools. And the mount for the tools there. Then we're on to the decals. That says 2001. Like I said, I'll be doing the 63 with the MG. Caution, left-hand drive, no signals. No hand signals. Is it? Oh, no signals at all. Okay. Like some drivers on the road today. There's your little box of goodies. Your glazing for the front windows. That I assume, I never noticed. Has it got a winch on the front? Yeah, it has got a winch on the front, so I suppose that string is for the winch. So there you have it. A little look inside the box of this Skybow, something different for me. A little bit different from the usual tanks that I do, but I'll get round to it eventually. There you go. The job is officially a good one. So, take it easy, my friends. Model on, and I'll see you in the next one. Ta-da!